joined by Southeast Missouri head gymnastics coach Christy Owasco. And Coach, a lot of good things happened. You hit, I believe, 16 of 24 routines scoring 9.7 or above. By far your season best outing score-wise, and also every single event last week. Let's talk about what went right against Illinois State.
I think the team finally realized what they're capable of. It wasn't a change in coaching. It wasn't anything like that. It was just that they realized what we've been pushing all season they're capable of. And confidence-wise, this was huge for them, especially going on the road, another conference foe this weekend. And we hope to kind of match that on the road as well, score-wise.
Now, you mentioned earlier in the week that the atmosphere at Houck Fieldhouse was tremendous. I guess talk a little bit about that turnout that you got from the fans on Friday.
Oh, the fans were amazing. I don't think in the 4 years I've been here I've ever seen a crowd quite enthusiastic, quite as exciting and really into the meet as they were. And the athletes just really responded. You could tell they were cheering along. The fans started cheers, the students did, and our athletes jumped right in. I think that's one thing that's very important to them, is to that helps them, energy-wise and everything, is to know their fans are behind them.
Now this weekend you've got another conference foe in Texas women's, but it's a quad meet with three teams that are like you, trying to climb up the rankings into that top 36 in Iowa and BYU there. Let's talk a little bit about that atmosphere, especially a quad meet where there's something going on all the time with at every single event.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a great meet for us. We'll start on floor, which is different, but I think it's good. Floor is usually our strong event. We'll be able to get out there, get started, on a high note. It's kind of the plan, and let it keep rolling through the other three. And with Iowa being there, we feel like they're a team that makes the regionals every year, and that's our goal, and that's what we want to be able to see and be able to compete against. Texas women's and BYU are in the same boat we are with trying to fight into regionals every single year. So it's exciting. It's going to be a great meet, and our goal is to come out better off score-wise than what we have been on the road.
I'll talk about, a lot of gymnasts stepped up with their scores last week, but, Taylor Westrick, score-wise, her strongest meet of the year, 9.775 was her lowest score out of the three events, 9.8 or above in two of the events. I guess talk a little bit about, how she really seems to be kind of getting into her groove a little bit these last couple of weeks.
Yeah, Taylor's really kind of gotten into her groove. We knew what Taylor was capable of. We've upgraded some of her routines, just the expectation-wise from last year. And it took her a few meets to really realize those expectations weren't too high for her to reach. And she really stepped in and has, score-wise, has definitely continued to improve. Gymnastics-wise continues to improve. And I know she'll continue to do that for the rest of the season.
I guess a lot of gymnasts stepped up, obviously, with a big score against Illinois State. Let's talk a little bit about some of the other gymnasts that caught your eye from that one. It seems that class-wise, up and down your roster, a lot of people stepping up, and it seems like the kids even kind of growing up a little bit, so to speak.
Absolutely. They're definitely coming into their own. Taylor Huey stepped up on vault. We actually made a harder vault for her this year, first time for her to compete it, and she made it. So that was really exciting. We had Megan competing in the all-around again. 3 events, 9.725, 1 event, 9.8. Really couldn't have asked more out of her this weekend. Now this next weekend, we do expect her to continue to climb on that. But we knew it'd take her a little bit, and she finally figured it out, and that's what's really exciting for us. And then individually, Emma Garrett continues to shine on vault and floor. She's a 2-event specialist for us, but her scores are counting every single meet, and that's exactly what we need to stay strong and stay stable.
All right, I'll let you get back to practice. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'm joined by Southeast Missouri junior gymnast Taylor Westrick. And Taylor, lot of good things to talk about after last weekend's meet against Illinois State. First dual win of the season, but more importantly, best score by a couple of points this season. I guess talk about how everything just seemed to kind of click up and down every lineup.
Well, we finally put every event together this meet. We've had like two events on, and then 2 where we kind of had mistakes. And this last weekend we started on vault and just built from there, and everyone did their job and hit, and we got the scores we needed from that. So it's really exciting to finally see that come together.
How contagious is something like that when you get those first couple of routines hitting, and then does that just kind of permeate through the rest of the lineup up and down when you see your teammates hitting early, and then just everybody else feels, I guess, that much weight off their shoulders?
Yeah, definitely. It gets your attitude up, first of all. You're happy, excited for them. So then you've got that energy going, and it's like contagious, People just keep hitting from there on and get their job done. And when someone does fall, if they do or make a mistake, the next person just bounces back and it continues from there.
Now talk about the atmosphere that it was like at Hauk Fieldhouse with sounds like a great turnout overall from that Friday night, and how much did that atmosphere help out?
Hugely. We had fans that were making up their own cheers and everything this meet, which we don't usually have. So to have that fan base just come up in this meet, it obviously showed that it helps, and we did our job. And with their help cheering, they were loud, and it was really exciting.
How important is it to get that excitement and a little bit of momentum, I guess, from that big score? 4 meets left to try to work up into the regional spot. I guess talk about the importance starting with this weekend, the quad meet in Texas.
We need to continue where we left off. Just because we got one high score doesn't mean, oh, we're good to go. You got to set that as your baseline and kind of build from there and try to do everything a little bit better so we can get higher and higher and can continue that growth.
Now, individually, your scores have been kind of trending up the last couple of weeks. Feel anything different in your routines, or is it just kind of muscle memory, repeating some things and maybe fine-tuning a few things the last few weeks?
Yeah, they have been building, which is exciting. Really, it's just a new team this year and getting used to everything going on. We were figuring out the team thing in the beginning of the season. And as that has gotten better, I feel like my performances have gotten better along the way with that. So usually when the team does better, it seems to just get that spark going.
Right. Well, hopefully that keeps going this last month. Good luck this weekend, Taylor.
Thank you so much.